Million, I'm the million. Na 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 na. Fixed with the sun, air, and moon. Down to earth, I keep immutable. Gotta use the shit just like a tool. Can't be out here looking like a fool. Gotta give the shit practical. Yeah, a wizard got productive shit to do. Yeah. Know how it feel to lack that motivation. It's always thin, you know your power waiting. But at least my pain, I do it while I'm singing. I took my power back as I am. I know my past so really proud of me for all of the actions I take. I can even hear screaming from afar. He talking about I wanna be like nah. Had to learn that shit rock. Can't get stuck back in the loop to the point where I do not focus on myself. Yeah, man, I had to let it be. My E, big account was on E. When I see it 10 toes on my feet, motherfuckers looking at me like I'm crazy. And they make sure I was safe when they come to my business. You know I don't play. When they come to my family, you know I don't play. And you know that I do put too much on my plate. I had to chill it out. I put too much stress within me. This is too much stress eating. Can't work because I'm eating. Fixed with the sun, air, and moon. Down to earth, I keep immutable. Gotta use the shit just like a tool. Can't be out here looking like a fool.
Well, hello, Million Na. How are you?
Well, how are you today?
I'm doing so much better now that I'm speaking with you, and I'm so excited that the audience has got a little sneak peek of your incredible talent with Productive Days. Talk to me a little about the impetus for that song, my friend.
So with that song, I was actually going through some current situations and everything, and I feel like that song was probably the best time for me to actually self-reflect on all of the lessons that I learned from any type of experience that I have, and also just more so like a thank you to my past self, which is in those times during those experiences, just for allowing me to be the person that I am right now.
Oh, amen, Million Na. I need you to do a TED Talk on this because, listen, I've been speaking with so many artists, and a common theme with all of them, whether they're from Philly, Boston, LA, China, Singapore, Australia, it's that not only have they had this time to look within to accentuate their why statement as artists, but a lot of them talk about them being able to reacquaint themselves with their younger selves and forgiving them and saying you're enough. I'm curious off of that, Million Na, these past 18 months being as hard as they've been for everyone, especially artists, what have you been able to do to keep your creativity juices flowing?
Okay, so one thing that I do realize is like very common, like when a lot of people are like any type of situations where like things unexpectedly happen and it's like a slowdown on a lot of creativity. It usually starts to cause emotional trauma in a sense. So like the best way for anybody to deal with that, I feel as though continuously tap into that creative energy, and that's something that I did. It could be in any way as possible. Like it was times where I was short on money to even get studio time, so that's why I just started to learn how to produce my own music, create my own cover arts and everything. And then on top of that, I'm just writing and everything. I still be working a job. So it's like all of the income that I'm getting and everything. And then it's like the more better I started to get with producing, is like less money to invest. And at the end of the day, we're just still tapping into those creative energies as always, because then there will be times when we're not doing anything, those be the times where like a lot of despair starts to occur and everything. So it's always best for us to tap into that creative energy no matter what, no matter the
Million, oh, Million Na, like, you're a mogul. Like, we're the books, we're your TED Talks. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you have said everything so clearly that I've been trying to get across with artists because a lot of this has been coming up. One of the things you mentioned, which is so key, is that so many artists who may have been just focused on the performative side were forced to learn the business of show business out of necessity, but also literally being locked down. And now coming out slowly but surely of everything, it's going to be more money saved because the artists like yourself are going to be able to do all of the production themselves.
absolutely, absolutely.
Well, for the most part,
For the most part, yep, yeah. For the most part.
Million, I want to know for you, who are your inspirations musically growing up?
musically growing up. All right, so my top artist, I actually have a top artist and I have a top five. So my top artist of all time is Michael Jackson. That's my top artist ever. Like ever since Michael Jackson, huge inspiration. You know, everything he puts together is just amazing. Everything he orchestrates is amazing. Like he the
Amen.
man.
I mean, you're preaching to the choir over here. I
That's
agree. Who are your other four?
all right. So my other four, I actually like so like I have a top five, but he's just the top of the top
Oh, I
five.
love that. So Michael Jackson is his own freaking category.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly.
That is correct, though. Come on. Okay, so you got
Yeah,
Michael Jackson as the North Star. Who are the
yeah.
top five under that?
All right, so the top five. This is actually not in order neither because I still couldn't find the order. So I say Kanye West, T-Pain, Chris Brown, Brent Fayez, and Smino.
You know what I love about all of those artists that you mentioned, Million Na, is that each of them, in addition to being unapologetically authentic, they're also all businessmen. They're also all, they see the 360 viewpoint of everything from production to writing to performance to the brand to the look to the storytelling.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the main thing that inspires me to be the person that I am today when it comes to anything that has to do with my creative endeavors.
Amen. Well, listen, Millionaire, before I ask my final question, I want to let the audience know for more on the incredible Millionaire, you can read more about him right below this video. Millionaire, what are you most optimistic about in terms of, perhaps is it you performing live again? Is it what you have not yet to release? What are you most optimistic about as things start to open up fully?
That's actually a good question. I'm actually more optimistic about just the building process of things because like there be times where like I would actually rush the process and sometimes I would fail, and the fact that I'll rush the process with a great system or strategy that I would have, sometimes I would be upset about that, but then I gotta think about how far I already came. I gotta think about how less time that I probably put into even rush in the first place, and then just learn how to slow things down and be very optimistic about a lot of things. Because regardless, the outside extracurricular circumstances, the outside circumstances are always going to try to invade your path and try to take you off of it. So it's always best to be optimistic, and it's like just being a good person in general, having an open heart and just being a good person in general, because it's like once we look past those extracurricular circumstances, the person that we are in general is never going to change, and our moral, we might change, but our morals are never going to change. So it's like that's just the best thing about it.
Million, I need you to create one of those like flip books of quotes and saying, because you have so many trademarkable isms about you that I just want to hold in my pocket in case I'm having a blue day. Have you ever been told that you have like a lot of great sermons? I mean, you just gave me a sermon.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually I'm actually planning on doing that in the future. TED
Like
Talks and
speaking engagements.
podcasts. Yep.
Yeah, you should do a podcast. You have also a great speaking voice as well.
Absolutely. I appreciate that.
Hey, I'm from New York. I just speak the truth, my friend. Listen, Million, I am so grateful for your time today, and I'm glad that we're connected now. Thank you.
I appreciate that. You enjoy the rest of your day. Nice to meet you.
You too.